Hi, today I'm going to show you how to easily pick out your highlights, shadows and midtones on your reference drawing. I'm using my little meerkat again. First step is to change him to black and white. So I'll duplicate him so I've got the original spare. Go over to the magic wand and then in hue, saturation and brightness, just slide the saturation all the way down. I am making another copy, you don't have to, I'm just making sure I've got a spare. And the next stage is to go back into the magic wand, and this time we're going into colour balance. And on the colour balance we've got the various shades to pick from, and here at the end you've got a little sunshine. Click on that and you've got the choice of shadows, midtones or highlights. So for the highlights first, slide it all the way to yellow. You don't have to slide right the way to the end. If you want a more subtle and less garish, you can just go part of the way. Back up there. And that now is your highlights. Okay. If you want to, you can do all three, the shadows, the highlights and the midtones all on one piece. Otherwise, if you duplicate your black and white one again, turn that one off so it's not in our way, and repeat the process. This time we're going to do midtones. I'm going to go to the cyan. You can choose any colour you like, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you want to keep them all the same, then that's perfectly fine. And then with the cyan, it's picked out the midtones. Again, you don't have to go all the way to the far side, just push it as far as you like. Different reference photographs might have different effects. I'll show you another one in a minute to show the effect that needs changing. So that's the midtones. And again, we can rename that one. And duplicate. And this time we'll do the shadows. Back to the magic wand, colour balance, and shadows. Oh, it's gone on the wrong one, isn't it? That's me. I want to go on that one. There we go. I can see what I'm doing now. Colour balance. And then shadows. For the shadows, I'd make sure you use a darker shade, just so it picks it up more. The blue shows it a little bit there. And press reset. Oh, the red. Sometimes it can just take a bit of testing to see what suits best on your reference photos, which colours pick it out the better. So that's the red. And that one there's the shadows. And that split it all into three separate sections. Like I say, if you wanted to, you could just do one and do all three at the same time, dependent on what you wanted to achieve. I've done it again. There we go, let's shut that one off, that's better. Colour balance. So again, we go into the highlights, put them to yellow. Go into the midtones, put those to green. And we actually no, see that green doesn't work. Reset. So highlights we'll put to yellow because it's the palest colour. Midtones, we'll go to the cyan, and then the shadows, we'll put it to red. And that will pick out all the three colours more easily. The three depths of light more easily. Now if you have something like a rose like the one I'm currently drawing at the moment, it can cause a few problems. I'll change it to black and white again. We go into saturation, take the saturation right down, and you can see yourself that there aren't many differences in tone there. It's all very much of a muchness. And if I go into this here and colour balance again and try and alter the shadows, the main problem, if I push it over for the shadows, all it does is alter the background because the background is so dark. So to get round that, the first step is to remove the background. There we go, take that one off. Go to select and make sure it's on automatic. Then click on the areas you want to select, or you can use the slider at the top and it'll increase your selection. I'm just going to click on a few of these bits that are odd bits, and that's pretty much got the whole row, so I'm happy with that. The next step is to click invert and erase, and we'll erase this. And the little meerkat's coming through, that's okay, we'll get rid of him in a second. So we've now erased the background off the rows. Let's get rid of the meerkat. And we've just got the rows. Turn off select. And again, we're going to duplicate it and turn this one black and white by clicking on the magic wand, down with the saturation. Now this time, we will go to curves. And on this end here of the curves, you can pull it down a little bit and it'll increase the shadows. I don't suggest you do this on your main picture because it'll just throw your colours off, but for this task that we want to do, it works okay. So it's just increased the shadows a little bit so that they come out. We go back to the colour balance, and this time when we do shadows and we slide it along, it'll make them a little bit stronger, so you'd be able to see the shadows. And again with the midtones, and then with the highlights. So you'd be able to pick out all three like that. Or like I showed you with the meerkat, or you've got the one image which shows you all three tones in one go, or you can do each individual section separately. I hope you find that useful.